Hi, this is Freya from Otherworldly, and today I am being animated by Vista. Vista has a new AO out, and it is a essentially unisex AO which has some modifications between the two available versions to work for male and female avatars. So you've got the one I'm using here, which is Noah without an H, which is for female avatars, and then there is Noah with an H for male avatars, and I will be showing that on a male shape afterwards, just to show you how it works and sort of what the vibe is. The female version has a curvy option as well, and that is actually what I'm using here. My avatar isn't particularly curvy, but I do have this coat which has a wide skirt on it, and it helps with the clipping. The coat, by the way, is from Toxic, and it is available at the engine room. I'm also wearing a new hair from Wasabi. I thought this updo went really well with the overall look. And I've got this, slightly old-fashioned styling to this kind of Victorian Renaissance-y whatever place that I've got going here, and fits with the coat and everything. But we're mostly here to talk about the AO. So, like I said, this is a unisex AO, and the idea behind it is fairly calm compared to a lot of other AOs out there. It's not overtly sexy. It's kind of classy, stylish, and so if you have it for a female avatar, so you don't want to be, this, girly, sex pot, whatever. This should work pretty well, I think. I tend to look for those sort of animations myself when I put together an AO. I don't want anything that is too fidgety or too, twisting around, wiggling my butt, whatever. So this is great for that, actually. I think it works pretty well, especially using the curvy option for a dress as well, and that's not always the case with an AO. There can be a lot of hands at the sides or hands over your stomach, and that's just gonna break. This AO has quite a lot of additional options as well. Obviously, this is the whole AO system. I usually use the built-in one in Firestorm, but there are certainly advantages here. So what we've got, for example, is, I'm going to dig into this a little bit. Underneath here, we have, for example, the option for face animations. Vista has a standalone face animation as well, but this one seems to be updated and have more options, I think. Can't swear to that. Anyway, I'm going to use Vista for that. I'm actually using a Vista head. So that, as you see, you've got other Catwa, Genus, and Lack. It doesn't bother with Lilithka. Obviously, they've got their own system, and which fits their faces perfectly. But I think this is great for, obviously, if you have a Vista head, or if you have any other heads. There are a few other out there, except other than Lilithka, and it's great to have some animations for those as well. So really natural, smooth animations for the face, I think. In terms of what the AO has sort of for the regular movements, as you can see, you've got, let me get that one away. You have stands, of course. You've got sits, ground sits, walks, runs, jumps, the whole deal. And here you can cycle through, and I thought I'd go through a few of them and see about giving you some options. I kind of like this one a lot, rubbing your hands together, and the arm movements are expressive without being, I said, too fidgety. Let's see what else we got. Oh, actually, I think I set this to a random, so it's going to give you a little bit of this and that. As you see here, the curvy version fits very nicely with having a skirt. I think that when you, yes, right. When you click here, you've got some options for if you want cycling, random, do you want to select a particular one? Same here with walks. You can go in, there are a couple of different ones, so you can set like the 5, for example, here is for a skirt, and see if we and runs, we only have the one. Jumps, 2 different options here, so obviously there's a lot to explore. I can't show all of them. Go back to the stands and see how many options we have there. Under select, we have 8 different and up to 14 different versions there. So that's quite a lot of variety. You're not going to look the same very quickly. I'm going to close this up and I'm going to give you a look at the walk as well. So, don't have a huge space in here, but as you can see, it has a nice sort of swing, a little bit of a sassy attitude to the walk. Quite like that. And the turn is a little more of the flamboyant style. Actually, you could say that there's certainly a little bit of flamboyance to it, even though it's calm and classy. So it definitely has attitude. It certainly doesn't lack for that. And I think that goes really well together with the face animations. This is somebody who's very confident and certain of themselves and who doesn't really need to exaggerate. There is smoking as well. It includes, you'll see here, you get what you get in the box. You get cigarette lighter, a cigarette, and a hood for adjusting that. And so if you want to be a smoker, you can use that for those. Here I'll just give you a quick look at what is included. You have the walks, the sits, the ground sits, typing, jumps, etc. What I'm not showing here is, actually I could show you the dances. I can't show you a couple of animations, but I could show you a couple of dances, I suppose. So let's see if we switch to dance mode. How do we get the menu? And here you can invite people, and you can kick them out again. So you can basically have, I think, function as a dance, sorry, as a dance thingy for people. I don't know how much they adjust the dances between different AOs, or if they are fairly standard. I would guess they are more of the standard type, but I haven't actually looked into that. Very nice, smooth, nicely mo-capped. As you see, there's a bit of information about, making sure you let it load properly, because there's a lot of animations in it, and it uses a lot of memory. But once it's all loaded, I think it moves pretty smoothly. You see there it switched, and you get a little bit of a stop. So I'm gonna go back to the AO and close that up and close that up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to magically turn myself into male Freya and show you what Noah with an H looks like. So here we have Noah with an H, the male version of the AO, and for this I'm wearing a suit from Dreaming Thicket for We Love Roleplay, and a hair by Raven Bell. Now, as you might guess, with a unisex AO, it is going to come out slanting either a little, masculine for the female avatars or a little feminine for the male avatars, and this one is on the side of being more feminine for the male avatar. there are some adjustments made so that it will be not too feminine, but it is still more on the feminine side. So everything with the AO, of course, works the same as with the female version, but we'll see what the stands and so on look like on a male body. You don't have a curvy version for this, but you do have the cigarette and the cigarette lighter and all of those add-ons. So we'll take a look at a couple of the... Actually, I'm going to see how the face... oh, we do have a look as an option for the male, I see. Well, that's excellent. So I will just try their option for the look at. Close that up and then try a couple of the stands. Here, of course, I've gone with a bit of a period look again, and I think that suits this AO very well. Also, you could think of it as a bit of a dandy AO. So if you want to do your 18th century, 19th century dandy in a fancy frock coat or whatever might be appropriate, this might be a very good AO for that. Have a look at a few more here. These subtle touches, like you know, looking at your nails or so on, they add a nice bit of natural life. I think that with the introduction of bento fingers, it's possible to do so much to add subtle touches of life to an AO without having too much movement or too much fidgeting around, because it's really the arms, the hands can do so much on their own. We will take Noah with a nature and for a walk as well. I'll try and have him not walking into too many pieces of furniture. As you can see, you still have this kind of flashy arm movement. So Noah at a walk has certainly still a sassy attitude as a male, which gets very distinctive. And you also got the turns still being a bit on the flamboyant side. But hey, you've got your male drama queen here. So dandy, drama queen, all of these things. Obviously, if you have if you perceive your male avatar as more feminine, or you have a female or male avatar that is supposed to be a bit more ambiguous as to their gender, I think this is great. I really like it with this outfit. I'm definitely feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it with this whole look, really, and I'm very happy to have this sort of option for both the male and the female look, really, because it is quite different from so many of the male AOs that I've seen. I can't say that I've shopped for a lot of male AOs, but a lot of them are very posturing, very masculine, and wouldn't suit at all for what I do use a male avatar for, which is not that often, but when I do, it tends to be this sort of look, and that kind of AO wouldn't work at all. But this one, yeah, I'm liking it. So I think that gives you a good sense of the mood of this AO, and what it can do for your avatar. Give you a nice look at how he's carrying himself. yeah, definitely like your 18th century poet or something like that, or your Dorian Gray avatar, perhaps. That's the kind of feel I'm getting from this. Dances, yeah, of course, the male version has dances as well, so we'll set him dancing, obviously a bit more on the modern side, and full-on disco here, so that's not going to keep you in the role play style, perhaps, but I don't know of any AOs out there that do, dances that would be more appropriate for a role play setting, so obviously that doesn't tend to be what you use a dance for. Let's see, he's partying along here. Partying hard. Looks so odd in this kind of setting. Party it is, number 5. Nice and smooth though. Ooh. Giving those tight pants a workout. Alright, I think that's enough of the dancing. Back to standing around and looking pretty instead, which I think he's doing pretty well. You're supposed to hit on your own avatar? That hair from Rainbow Bell is pretty gorgeous. But anyway, that is the Vista, the new release from Vista, Noah and Noah. And unisex, has all the bits and pieces that you need to animate your avatar, whether it's, running, face animations, the whole lot. Very nice style to them. I definitely recommend that you check it out if you're in the market for a nail with a bit of a different feel to it. So that's all from me for this time.